Hi, it's me, Sharon, and I am here with an adorable little treat container today. And it is just a sweet little gift that you can put in a stocking this Christmas, or you can give to your postal carrier or someone at the drive-through. Not just for Christmas, obviously. You can give these for Valentine's Day or just because. They are just simply adorable. And this is called an impossible box because it's impossible to take the lid off. And yet when you turn it, look, it's open. So what can you put in here? Well, this was designed not by me, but by Julie DiMatteo. And it holds a PocketBac mini hand sanitizer from Bath & Body Works. How fabulous is that, especially this year? We're going to feature the Feels Like Frost Designer Series paper right now. It's fantastic paper. On one side it's photorealistic paper, and here's another piece from that. I actually only have these two pieces left of the pack that I had. And on the other side are silver foil patterns. So we're going to use this one, and we want it to be cut 6 by 5 3/4. So it's already 6 by 6. So all we need to do is, I want to hold it like I'm looking at the picture. That's going to be my 6-inch dimension. And then I turn and I cut it, and it's going to be cut at 5 3/4. I'd already cut it ahead of time. So 6 by 5 3/4. And that is really all the paper that you need for this project, except for maybe the embellishments. But the Feels Like Frost, oh, did I tell you that Bath & Body Works has a fantastic color scent of their bottles and of the hand sanitizer that goes perfectly with this paper, and it's frosted coconut or frosted coconut snowflake, something like that. And it's adorable and it smells so yummy. I've already given 5 of them away, so I have more on order and I hope they come soon. So anyway, I'm getting my Simply Scored board out so I can put some score lines in here. And my score is right down here in the base. It's got a compartment up here for some markers, which I never really use. So I want to align the 6 inches right up at the top here. And then I'm going to score at a few places. So I'm going to score at 1 3/4 inches. And I like to run it a couple times. And 2 3/4 inches. And some of these score lines are going to be hard to see, especially on camera, because of this particular paper. It is easier to see in person. 4 1/2, and then at 5 1/2. So I scored at 1 3/4, 2 3/4, 4 1/2, and 5 1/2. And then I'm going to rotate it 90 degrees, or a quarter turn clockwise, and I'm going to score at 1 inch, 3 3/4 inches. I'm going to then flip it top to bottom, and I'm going to score at 4 1/4, 4 1/4, and 4 3/4. And I'm just scoring on the opposite side because I'm going to be folding in the opposite way that I would have folded on the other score lines. So I'm going to flip it back over and make sure that the 1 3/4 score line that's running right here, so it's 1 3/4 from here to here, that's along the left hand side, and you've got the 3 score lines going on the top part. So I'm going to fold backwards on that second score line. So I don't know if you can see, there's 1 score line here. This is the second one, and that's the one I folded backwards on. And then I'm going to get my bone folder out and make a nice crisp edge. And I'm going to put that across the top of my Simply Scored board. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to make some tick marks. And normally I would make it with this, but because the camera is not going to pick that up very well, I'm going to actually use a pen. So perhaps you'll be able to see the tick marks a little bit better when I get to my next step. But I'm going to make these tick marks at 1/2 inch and 2 1/4 3 1/4 and 5 inches. Okay, so can you see these tick marks that I put right here? This one's hard to see because it's in the silver foil right here and then right here. So I am done with my Simply Scored board. I'm going to rotate this so that the fold is near me. And this rightmost tick mark, I'm going to cut from the tick mark up to where this horizontal line intersects the edge. So put it on the tick mark, cut right up to the edge. And then I'm going to, let me fold this a little bit, fold on these score lines just a little bit so you can maybe see the lines a little bit better so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, so on this score line, this vertical score line right here, I'm just going to cut right up to that first score horizontal line. And then I'm going to do the same at the next one, which is right here. I've got another one right here. And then this last little one. And this last little one, I actually want to remove that. So I'm going to turn it, and instead of cutting on this line, it's now vertical, that I see right here, I'm going to miter the edge a little bit. So I'm going to angle my scissors just slightly. So I have a bit of an angle there. See, when you open it, you get that sort of angle. Now I'm going to go back to my tick marks that I had, and they are always 1/2 inch to the left of these cut marks. So in case you're having trouble seeing them, that's where they reside. So I'm going to cut from the tick mark up to that intersection of where that other cut mark went. And I'm going to repeat that, trying to get you as close as possible, but the silver foil makes it a little bit tough on camera. I've actually made quite a few of these, and I plan to make quite a few more. So we are done with this part right here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually fold on all of these horizontal lines. And the trick is, when you see a fold that is a divot, a gully maybe, that you fold away from that. When you see a mountain fold, so this is a bump that sticks up right here, I'm going to fold toward me. It's really counterintuitive. You fold the opposite way you might think. So I'm going to fold and I'm going to burnish. So that just makes nice crisp lines. And so here's a mountain fold. So I'm going to fold backwards on that. And then there's one more down here, and I'm going to fold backwards on that and burnish. Okay, so all those lines are burnished. Before I burnish the vertical lines, I'm going to actually cut. I think you can see it maybe better on this side. I'm not sure. Trust me, the lines are here. I'm going to cut, and I'm actually going to cut this tab off, and I don't even have to miter that one. That one just, I don't have to miter it, but I actually have to cut it straight. So there we go. And I'm going to find the next score line, which maybe I can help you out. See, it's right there. I'm going to cut right up to the horizontal line. There's another one right here. Cut right up. And where's that other one? It's right in here. Again, it's hard to, oh, there we go. Sometimes this paper is especially hard. This particular one in the Feels Like Frost set is very hard. But again, I was very limited in my choices because I've used them all. So I've cut them all. Now, these big ones are the front and back flaps on the bottom. What I'm going to do is I'm going to fold those and get them out of the way. And these two side flaps here, they will be ending up side flaps, I'm going to miter. So I'm just going to take a little bit off. That helps them fold a little bit nicer in place, stays down without adding some bulk at the edges. Okay. So I've mitered those a little bit, and we are almost done. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to fold over on this top edge here, and that's the lid or fake lid. I'm not sure what I'd call it. And I'm going to fold on all those other score lines that I haven't actually folded on yet. I can see right here that I was off on my cut a little bit, so I'm going to just take that extra piece off. And fold some more. And by folding it with the lid piece down, it just ensures a better fit and crisper lines because I'm burnishing them together. And then there's just this last little 1/2 inch piece. I'm going to just turn it around to do that. And you also want to do this one at the top, this tab. So all we have left to do now is apply a little bit adhesive. So I'm going to adhere this little tab, fold over my box, fold it in half. I'm just going to give that glue a second to set up. And now I'm going to, this is the back side. That's the side that I just glued over. So I'm going to keep that in my left hand. I'm going to put a little adhesive on these 2 tabs. And I'm going to fold my back side down. I'm going to apply a little bit more adhesive here. There we go. And fold the front over. And I'm just going to square it up, hold it for a second, and I'm going to set it down. I'm going to put my bone folder in here, just kind of press down, make sure that all those flaps are stuck down nicely. Now let's go ahead. If I were, this part is going to get glued, but let's just see how it fits down together. Oops, sorry, going off camera. Okay, just push it down, and you can see it'll close the top nicely. So I'm just going to bring this up again. Looks like I'm checking every time to make sure it works, but it really hasn't failed me yet, so I'm just going to press it closed, hold it for a minute. Oh, a little glue seeping out. I went a little heavy on my glue. All right, and now I just need to make a tag, a little decoration to go with it. So let's see, I've got a piece of Whisper White here, and I wanted to have something snow themed, so I got out my Colorful Seasons, and I'm going to take one of the snowflakes in that set, apply it to a clear block, and Seaside Spray is a coordinating ink for this paper. So I'm just going to ink that up, stamp it. Whoa, I didn't stamp it very well. Oh yeah, it's on there, right? Not paying attention to what I'm doing. There we go. It's the beauty of paper, right? Has 2 sides. So now let's just take a punch. I think I have a punch that's 1.25 inches here. Probably could have used an inch punch too. Whatever you want to use is fine. And let's attach that to our box with a dimensional. Peel off the back. We've got it attached. The only thing it's missing really is a little bit of bling. So let me go ahead and get out my rhinestones. This package is almost done. It's always kind of exciting to me because I'm usually hoarding stuff. So it's nice when I'm running out. I'll have to order some more. And I'm just going to put this here. Let me take a pick tool. How quick and simple. Now I just need the frosted coconut to go inside. Go ahead, get out that Designer Series paper. These are really fun. Give it a go. Till next time.